Have you ever tried to sell something on Facebook Marketplace and you got tons of lowball offers or people just wasting your time? When I was into shoes and stuff, I got a lot of people lowballing. They're usually people that think you don't know what you have, even though the item is expensive, and they'll tell you that they'll pick it up today for like half the price that you wanted to get, and they're expecting you to say, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But luckily you were smarter than that, hopefully, and you told them no. I remember I was selling these shoes one time and I think I wanted $300 for them. So I posted them and I got tons of offers for $180, $200, $210, and I said no. And I remember there was this one guy and he told me that the shoes would never sell for $300, so I'm better off taking his offer, otherwise I was wasting his time. I was like, what? I'm wasting your time when you're the one messaging me about my shoes and you're the one that's lowballing me? Anyway, to make a long story short, the shoes ended up selling for $300, surprise, surprise, and that was the end of that. I never ended up telling the guy that I sold the shoes for $300 and saying, I told you so or something like that, because it would have been a waste of my time. But that was an instance where someone's inability to see what the shoes were worth didn't mean that they were worth less. If I just listened to his offer, I would have lost money on the shoes and he would have probably resold them for a profit, all because I listened to someone that didn't want to pay me for what my shoes were worth. The same thing kind of happened to me when I went looking for a job a long time ago. I know this is a really stark, topic transition, but stick with me here. This was back in like 2014 or 2015, and I remember it was a group interview type of thing. And I remember thinking I got the job. I answered confidently. I felt like I gave the best answers compared to the other people that were there. It felt like everything was right. We then all had to go outside for them to discuss and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna get called back in there and I'll get the job and I'll go home and that day would have been a good day. But then I was wrong. They told me that they appreciated me for taking the time to go to the interview and they just thought that it wouldn't work out with me. And I remember I was pissed. I called my girl and I was complaining, and I'm pretty sure that same night when we were playing PS4, I probably complained all night because I was pissed off, man. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that just because I didn't get that job doesn't mean that I'm now worth less or I should be looked at as less of a person because I didn't get that job. Companies go in different directions all the time, and there's no need for you to feel bad or sad because you didn't get hired by a company. Don't waste your time on stuff like that. You keep applying and you move on. Your opportunity is on the way. Don't spend time dwelling on the opportunity that you didn't get. There's more on the way. The same thing happens when you lose your job. I lost my job in December of 2020. I'll link that video up here, but there's not really a point of watching it because it was kind of a bad video and I didn't really say anything except that it was a new beginning and I wasn't gonna let it get me down and things like that. And that's how it should be for you too. I know it's hard to cope when you lose a job. You feel like you worked your ass off for that company, and you just got kicked to the curb. You went in early, you left late, you did things without being asked, and then it's like it was all for nothing. You invested all that time and all that effort into something that you thought aligned with your goals, but other people had other plans that were out of your control. And I want you to take the end of that sentence and remember that, out of your control. But that doesn't mean that you're now worthless or worth less. The company just didn't see your worth. And now you have an opportunity to go and make more for yourself and more of yourself. Look at someone like Steven Spielberg, for example. He directed movies like Jaws and Saving Private Ryan and a whole host of other amazing movies. But what if I told you that he got rejected from film school 3 times? He actually got rejected from the University of Southern California's film school 3 times. He applied 3 times and got rejected all 3 times. He eventually ended up getting accepted to California State University Long Beach Film School, but he never lost faith in himself when he got rejected those 3 times, and he didn't let himself get discouraged because Southern California's film school didn't see his value. There's been a quote going around on Instagram lately talking about a bottle of water and the price of it, which ties into this video really well. And it goes like, a bottle of water can be 50 cents at a supermarket. It can be $2 at the gym, it can be $3 at the movies, and $6 on a plane, but it's the same water. The only thing that changed its value was the place. So next time you feel your worth is nothing, maybe you're at the wrong place. And reading that definitely enforced the fact that I should make this video. And I'm not saying that you should think you're the best thing since sliced bread and that you should decline every job offer because you think you're worth more money or more benefits or whatever the case is. But what I am saying is that if you think somebody's lowballing you, whether you're selling something or whether you're applying to a job, I think there's some merit to that. It's always good to work at a place where you feel valued. And sometimes maybe it's best to look for a job elsewhere because you feel that you're worth more. Either way, don't be afraid to ask for what you want, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. And as always, thanks for watching.